Good morning, Adventure Nation. It's time to leave Jekyll Island and head up the eastern seaboard. This is the Motorhome Experiment. We have really enjoyed Jekyll Island. I really highly recommend it.
Yeah, it has a little bit for everybody. It has nature. You can ride bicycles. You can walk on the beach. You have a beach day. You can hike. It has history, so you can go and see all the museums. It has shopping. You can go and just go to that little downtown and just shop around, and there's restaurants. So
yeah, quite a bit to do here. You can get into the history of the Jekyll Club Hotel and all of that. Even if you're not into the financial history side of it, the history of the island is pretty cool. So time for us to pack up and roll on out of here. One thing we want to mention before we get on the road though is about the Jekyll Island campground. One, it's the only campground on the island. So if you're gonna stay here, make sure you book ahead of time if it's a long weekend or during season, which I'm assuming is winter.
Like right now, like there's nobody.
Empty.
Yeah, it's kind of empty. That's kind of a nice thing. But it was $40 a night, and that was with taxes and everything. It's a state park.
And that's full hookups?
Full hookups. Oh yeah, full hookups. That's very rare in a state park. Like
yeah.
Switch too.
And we discovered, we were talking to a guy at dinner last night, Jason, our waiter, and he was telling us, oh yeah, back in there's this really cool little bird sanctuary area, and we didn't know about that. So we went over there and checked that out. It's kind of cool. They've got bird feeders in there. It was put there from in memory of a guest that used to stay here, I guess, or maybe a resident of the island. But pretty cool stuff. So overall, just a great stay. But yeah, book early because it's the only game in town. Yep. And we're heading up to Savannah, Georgia, and today's a travel day, so we'll just roll the camera and see what happens. So we were driving down the road here on US 17 North. We are somewhere in Georgia. Where are we?
North of Darien, or what was it?
Yeah, just north of Darien. That is correct. So we'll put the exact location here in the video when we get to it. But we were driving down the road, saw this place. We had to stop and check it out. And this here is dubbed the smallest church in America. I'm sure everyone is going to have their take on that.
Ready to go in.
Oh, you're allowed to go in?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
We don't want to disturb anybody.
This may have been the coolest thing that we've done in I don't know how long.
But they claim it.
The world's smallest church.
The smallest church in America.
Oh, smallest church in America. Not in the world, in America.
The world is the one in
But supposedly the one smallest in the world is in New York, so that's kind of weird.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. I'm thinking the one in New York is smaller than this, but...
Yeah, the one in New York is supposed to be 128 square feet.
And this is 180. So,
like
very cool though.
Very interesting.
Let's get out of here before it bursts into flames. And we're arriving at Skidaway Island State Park, our home for the next, what, 4 nights?
4 nights, yeah.
Checked in and rolling back to the campground. This is one of the ones where you pick your site, you don't have a reservation, so we just go back and find something, see what we like, and then we let them know. All right, we are checked in at Skidaway State Park. Lori's doing a little bit of relaxing, and beautiful park, paved everywhere you come in. It's all paved. The sites themselves are kind of like little pull-throughs, like a little semicircle. They've got an area back here if you want to put up a tent, you can do that. So there are a lot of people doing tents, or you obviously have your picnic table. We've set up so that we can sit out and enjoy the outdoors here. We are going to be here for 4 days, so we've got some time to kill. We are just outside of Savannah, Georgia, so we're going to take in the sights and sounds of Savannah over the next couple of days. But today and tomorrow are work days. Work days. This morning we are rolling out of our home at the Skidaway State Park just outside of Savannah, Georgia, and heading into Savannah, Georgia. This is a place Lorena has been looking forward to for an extremely long time.
Yes, this in San Agustin. And San Agustin didn't disappoint, but this is the second one I want to go.
Yeah, so this is going to be cool. A lot of history here, and a little downtown is supposed to be really cool. We'll show you guys the visitor center down there, where there's supposed to be some RV parking that you can park overnight, and we'll bring you guys along for the ride.
All equally uncomfortable, everybody. We called them from the finest park benches in all of Savannah. Hi.
Hi there.
Come on in, have a seat, y'all.
I don't know how I let Lorena talk me into this, but we're on a Ghost and Gravestones tour.
And usually I don't like ghosts, but let's do it.
One for each of y'all.
Perfect, thank you.
One for each of y'all.
What are these?
And one for you two ladies. And
For air, it's hot.
No problem, no problem.
You're gonna look very nice.
I was thinking it's her. I was thinking of you. Everyone else on board, please keep all side conversations to a whisper. And finally, while I also encourage you to take as many pictures as you like tonight, just like this gentleman right over here.
Okay, Lorena, you're gonna go into the creepy old house?
I am. The good thing is still daylight. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, just beautiful.
We added that just for you.
Yeah. In 1849, commissioned this lovely home to be built. Unfortunately, Andrew found very little comfort in this home. After all his heartbreak, Andrew then took off for England, trying to get as far away as he could from the sadness this house represented to him.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Creepy.
So we're pretty advanced, thank you. But we do name all of our bedrooms for the person who spent the most time in them, or at least the most memorable time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. That was awesome. Thanks, Grace.
You can also take the midnight train to me.
Ready to go in behind the creepy door?
Yes, let's see if we can see a ghost.
Right this way, come on. Feel the cooler temperatures washed over you.
I'm assuming he's going to turn on some lights.
I'm just waiting for something to scare us at some point.
There you go. That's the spirit. Excellent. All right, guy. You sure you want me standing? Okay. You gotta stand. You gotta stand right there and defend that floor with your life. Okay. Your life.
Okay, Lori, we'll talk more about ghosts and gravestones in a little bit, but initial impressions?
I mean, we got to tour very cool properties. Mostly the Andrew Lowe house. It was very cool, but as in actual ghosts and gravestones kind of thing.
Yeah. It was just eh.
Well, I sit down in my lonely room.
Good morning. Today is day 2 on our Savannah, Georgia adventure. We're gonna go in, jump on the Old Town trolley again, kind of hop on and off this time. Yesterday we did the whole round thing, got the total story. Now we'll just pop off and get specific areas. And obviously we did the ghost tour, which was, I don't know if that was necessary, but yeah, cool stuff. Let's go and see what trouble we can get into today. This was the last place we were last night, and we decided to be the first place we would check out today.
See it in the daytime.
Looks a little bit different. The first thing I noticed about this in the daytime is there's a lot more light.
If you like shopping.
Yeah.
Stores.
Markets and boutique stores and tchotchke gift shops and stuff.
Or just only in designated.
And we're just entering the lot at the visitor center here in Savannah, and we were told by several people and had read online that you can park your RV here overnight. We came through the lot briefly yesterday and saw that they in fact did have RV spaces, but they look like they're really just normal parking spaces that they designate for RV for like smaller rigs, class B's and C's. But we know people with 40 footers that have stayed here, so we're gonna find out what the scoop is and we'll let you guys know.
And there is the sign of RV parking, and of course you gotta have that person that says RV on the floor.
Yeah, RV parking, and this guy has to be one of those guys when there's really no space available here. Here's the different rigs, and you can see this is probably a 31-foot Class C. Of course, if he backed in like he should have, he would have overhung the sidewalk and wouldn't have taken up so much space coming out. But I'm gonna see how big this rig is here and see that it is kind of difficult to fit a very big coach unless they're gonna allow us to park over in these spaces here. So, and guys, when there's RV parking, don't do that stuff. Park in between the lines. There's plenty of space. The visitor center is also got a railroad museum here. I doubt we're gonna do the railroad museum today. All right, we checked inside of the visitor center and asked about the RV parking. If you have an RV that's longer than the spot that's available, you are able to park across 2 spots, and they said that no one is going to really say much about it as long as you're just across from the RV parking spots, but you can take up 2 spots if your rig is that long. Because yeah, I think that most of those spots are set up maybe for a Class C or something smaller.
Very small Class C or Class Bs, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Now, a very cool thing they told us, today is Sunday. Today, they don't charge for parking in here.
Yeah, free parking on Sunday.
You can come here with your RV, stay here all day long until tomorrow. It's going to be free of charge. And then until tomorrow, if you want to stay another night, it will be $8. If you're going to stay another night, it's going to be $14 for 2 nights.
Yeah.
And that will be 3 nights basically for $14.
So pretty inexpensive if you want to stay here overnight. We didn't stay down here for a couple of reasons. It's really hot right now. and we were worried about Ozzy being too hot in the coach and having to leave the generator running all day wasn't going to happen. So that's why we stayed down at the state park. But great option here for RV parking in downtown Savannah.
If you don't have pets, come here. If you're coming just for the day or just one quick overnight, I think you can do Savannah in one day, even
Possibly 2 days,
just one overnight, kind of like come on Sunday all day, overnight for free, and then the next day do all day. You're done with Savannah in those 2 days.
So some good RV parking tips there about Savannah, Georgia. And it is within walking distance of the historic area, so very cool.
Absolutely.
Let's get on the trolley and head into town. Holy smokes. This is the coolest church we've been in, I think, since we've started our travels. All right, the cathedral here in Savannah.
I think it's a must-see.
Really cool. Yeah, if you're gonna be here, something that you should come and see. Pretty spectacular inside. Interesting story about this house here. Supposedly it's the first house in Savannah that had electricity, and the guy would leave his lights on day and night because his next door neighbor was the guy who owned the gas company. I think that's pretty funny. I like that story. Don't know if it's true, but that's pretty damn funny.
You will do the same thing.
I would totally have done the same thing. This is one of the many squares here in the city. Supposedly there was 24 of these total. There's 22 of them left. A couple of them have been destroyed or taken over, but the whole city is laid out in a grid system with these squares everywhere. Very cool.
Everything is so picturesque and perfect.
It's amazing. We're heading over to a street that's called Jones, and Jones Street was supposedly voted as one of the best streets to take a stroll in the country? I don't know. But it was by Southern Magazine, so I'm assuming they're a little bit biased on that. But it looked pretty cool, so we're gonna do that now. We're gonna take a stroll. We're trying to stroll, and this guy here is doing this. What the heck, man?
Yeah, we're trying to have a moment here, and it's not happening.
Peaceful, quiet street. Look at this. The bricks on these homes are just amazing. Now, you come up to the main entrance, up these stairs here, and then they have these entrances as well. So I'm assuming that's a, used to be a maid's quarters? I don't know, but now it'd make cool apartments, for sure. And this is looking down Jones Street. Very picturesque. And this is looking the other way on Jones Street. Very picturesque, other than the Penske truck, of course. That is really cool, the gas flame light. This house here is the Sorrel Weed House, and it's supposed to be one of the most haunted houses in Savannah.
No one, like the most haunted.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the
ghost
most haunted.
And
all those other ghost shows trying to sell ghost stories. That one. So hopefully ghosts will show up in the video, and then you can prove me wrong. But until then, don't exist.
He doesn't believe on ghosts. I do.
No.
Like always, opposites on everything.
Like that carriage, is it real or is it a ghost? Who knows? The geek tour.
Oh, you want to be the geek tour, you know it.
I would so be on the geek tour in a heartbeat if we could. Okay, we're gonna video the old Sorrel Weed House.
Oh, and I just read it.
Just in case the ghosts show up. If any ghosts show up beside Lori, let us know. In the early 1900s, this place was a Ford dealership. That's pretty cool. This is a square that almost everybody in America has seen at least once, unless you've been living under a rock and haven't seen Forrest Gump. This is where Forrest Gump told his life story to the lady sitting on the park bench.
Now the bench is not there anymore. They have that at the museum. But I mean, we still want to come and check it out.
Yeah, we're going to show you a couple of different things from the movie. This is where the bench used to be. They filmed from that street coming up this way. And this was the statue that was behind him in that movie. So we'll show you guys that perspective here in just a second. So this is where that scene was shot from. It was shot here. He was sitting at the benches there with that in behind. And we'll add a photo so that you guys can see that. Pretty cool. And you guys might also remember at the start of the movie, there was a steeple and a feather came down from the steeple and landed at his feet and he started telling the story. That's the steeple.
And the park? And the park is back there.
Oh yeah. And the park is back there. I know you're liking that.
How can you not like that?
You might not like jazz. If you're looking for good Mexican food in downtown Savannah, jalapenos was pretty good.
And very cheap.
Yeah, really inexpensive. The two of us ate for under 25 bucks including tip, so that was awesome. And the food was good too. We're gonna head over there to Leopold's and grab some ice cream. The other day there was 100 people in line, so today it's more doable. That's still an awful lot of people in line for ice cream. We're going in there. Hi there. You'll be on YouTube in a week or two.
Okay, cool.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. All right, Leopold's ice cream.
Very good.
Very good.
I just got like the teeny light, the teeny tiny cup.
Why do these people always interrupt our videos? Can't even tell. I think they're behind us, in front of us.
Yeah. Over there and over there.
We're trying to talk about ice cream and they're trying to save somebody's lives.
How dare they?
How dare they? The trolley. We haven't really talked about the costs and stuff about that. Lorena is the trolley expert, so she's going to tell you guys about that.
Yes, we did a trolley for 2 days in the ghost tours. It was like a package, and that's what we did. I'll have to say that the trolley, I think one day will have been enough just to get your gears around Savannah, like how, like the grid and the streets and where you have to go.
Some of the history.
The history behind it, the buildings, all that stuff. But after you're done with that one day, I don't think you need it a second day. So don't pay for the second day.
Well, unless you're not very mobile, like let's say they're like, you know, kind of like have a hard time walking, then maybe do 2 days. But we would suggest doing a bicycle.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's what we think. It's like just do 1 day the trolley, and then the following days just bicycle around, and you will see
it's
the
so
parks,
bicycle
the
friendly,
and the architecture is amazing. So you will see all that in bicycle, and yeah, it's very bicycle friendly too.
And in my opinion, you can skip the ghosts and gravestones thing.
Yes, totally.
I mean, maybe if you did it at night and you were just drunk and had nothing better to do.
For me, skip it 100%. I don't think it was worth it. that it's $30.
corny.
It's $30 on its own. I mean, just if you don't pay for anything else, $30, you can save that money. And the trolley is $25 if you get on the trolleys
And do an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. So 9 minute tour all around the whole route. If you want to hop on, hop off, it's $30 a day, and for 2 days it's $42.
So there's all the information on the trolley.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're mobile enough to ride a bicycle around, do the trolley one day. Get the, just not even one day, just do the 90 minutes. Get all the history that you need to get, and then jump on your bicycle and enjoy the rest of the city by bicycle. That's a great way to do it.
That's how we're taking it.
Yep. The other thing that I would highly recommend, because all of the streets are either cobblestone or uneven paved brick and stuff like that, men or women, I would wear 6-inch heels, because it's just the best way to walk in a city like this.
I've seen a few girls like with super high heels just walking around, and yeah, not the best kind of sidewalks for that here.
Yeah, comfy shoes, folks. Comfy shoes. Okay, Lorena, we've conquered Savannah. It was one of the things on your list.
Yes.
And now it's time to move on down the road. What do you think?
It is. Yeah, like I said, I thought I was going to need a lot of time to spend in Savannah, and it wound up not being that much. I mean, we're not going to hit the visitor center. We're going to go straight to South Charleston.
Right. Now, you could do all kinds of, you could hit all of the museum stuff and get a little bit more in-depth, and you could spend a few days here or 4 days
the
here.
Houses, you can tour a lot of the houses, so you can always do that.
But we didn't see that. We didn't really want to get that in-depth into Savannah. We did want to check it out, and we got to see a lot of it. It is an amazing, amazing city, so we really enjoyed our time here. And that's about all we've got from Savannah. So if this is your first time here, it'd be awesome if you subscribe to the channel and stay up to date on all of our travels. Find some places that you might want to visit, like Savannah, or some things that you might want to avoid. But either way, it works out pretty good in the end. And it'd be equally as cool if you liked the video. Take care, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Thumbs up. We're here watching Ozzy. He's out.
Letting Ozzy run a little wild before we get on the road tomorrow. Little look at the campground and Ozzy hanging out there. A hawk gonna sweep down and snatch him up. Skidaway, beautiful campground.
We really love this campground.